Alright, good day guys. So this is going to be the part 2 video of me working on Sasuke igniting his Chidori, and today we'll be coloring the outline. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and duplicate the timing to blank drawings, and once this layer is ready, I'll rename it as the colors. And the next thing is for me to pull out my reference, now that I have my reference layer, so not really a reference layer, just the reference pop-up, I'll go ahead and come to my colors selection, and I'd like to start with the t-shirt, which is sort of gray. And I will make my shadow layer invisible. So now, for those of you who are familiar with Rough Animator, you know that it has this feature where you can fill colors in a different layer while still taking the layers above into account. So I will select this option over here and sample this and layer above. That way, when I fill with the bucket tool, it takes the layer and top into account. I want to switch off my blur fill and put it at 0 pixels, and my expand fill to 2 pixels. So the expand fill just tells you how much the color spills out of the guidelines. So now that is in 2 pixels, it spills by 2 pixels underneath the line. Now this Sasuke's gray is looking a little bit dark to me. Let me increase it and go with this color. Alright, I think this is perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and fill all the outlines. Oh, I want to switch off my Chidori layer because it's going to affect my filling. That sounds weird. It's going to affect my feelings. Well, you understand what it means. It's going to affect my feeling of the color. And I want to look into, usually when you fill your stuff and you see that it's spilling out, just look for the places where the lines are meant to connect that didn't connect. There's a good chance that's where your bucket tool is spilling out from. So I'm going to use this to cover the lines. Now, earlier during the course of my outline, I forgot to take into account the zipper of Sasuke Uchiha going down to the bottom of the shirt. So now I'm using my line as the color of his shirt to draw lines at those areas that I don't want this color to cover. So I'm just making this final adjustments. As you can see, I even missed the zipper at this point, but I could easily go back and erase it, but I'm feeling lazy this time around, so I'm just going to leave it because it's an explanation video. But if you are working professionally, please don't skip the details. If you miss out any details, let it be because you genuinely forgot to add them, not because you are being lazy. So right now you can see that I'm done painting the shirt, and the next thing I want to do is look at the armband. He has a band on his hand and I want to paint that. And because the character shirt and the armband, they don't really have similar colors, but you know that when you apply your like a dark blend to it, it almost has the same effect, and the difference is not too jarring. I would add that color of the armband in the same color layer as well. So let me just go ahead and select a darker shade of gray, sort of black but not totally black. I'll use that for the armband. Okay, here's the leak over here. I know that one is sealed. Let's proceed. Let me increase the tolerance to 100% so that I won't get all those tiny white lights, empty spaces that you get when you are filling your outlines. Alright, I think this is good. So now that I'm done filling the armbands, I noticed that the hair color is quite similar to the armband. So because you don't want to have too much variety of colors and it just makes it easier for painting, I would use the same color for the armband for Sasuke's hair and eyebrows. Now that I'm done painting the hair, the next thing I want to do is to paint the skin. And because rough animator is quite different from paper clip, it doesn't give you the automatic layers. I'll just click on duplicate layer timing to blank drawings from the color of the hair, and then I'm going to relabel it as skin. There we go. So Sasuke's skin has like this brownish, orange, yellowish sort of color. Trying to figure it out. So I think it falls around this range based on my reference, and this is what I'm going to use to paint Sasuke's skin. Yeah, it still looks a little bit darker. I think it should be pinkish. Yeah, but lighter. Well, I don't think I can get the color accurately, but if I wanted to get the color accurately, I can easily just come here over to the background and import images. Import image. So after I import the image, I will go into my folders. Probably go to recent images, come to screenshots. I think I have it somewhere around here. So let me just put this over here as a reference, and then there's no need for this box anymore. So let me just use the color picker tool to select the color, and yeah, there I have it. So to the skin. Alright, as you can see, we have our skin ready. Now the next thing to do is to fill the clothes that Sasuke ties around his waist. So for that, let's select this color. Let me start with the ropes first. And let me create a different layer for that as well. Now, if you remembered my previous video when animating Sasuke, I told you that there's a reason why I didn't connect the lines between the ropes to give that depth, and it's because I wanted to make my painting a lot faster. Now you see what happened after I covered those spaces. I have to fill them individually, but if that space is not covered, then it's easier for me to fill the ropes faster. So I think now what I was trying to explain there is now much more obvious. So now we are done with most of the colors, and all that is left is his eyes, and we are done with the base color, with the flat colors. So let me switch off the reference. Let's look at our Sasuke. So once I'm done painting the eyes and the lightning, then the next phase will be to add the backgrounds, color blends, maybe the highlights, and that's it. So in order to draw Sasuke's eyes and not waste too much time, what I will just do is select multiple frames that are similar. I know up to this point all the frames are exactly the same, so I come here and click on edit multiple, select it down, and the next thing I'll do is to draw my lines. I think this, let me use a better part for the selection. And now for fans of Naruto, you know Sasuke has this flowery kind of pattern. So let me just say this for my paperclip animators. This feature is not available on paperclip, but when you're using rough animator, this feature enables you to draw the same thing across multiple cells in a particular layer or wherever it's selected. So this drawing that I'm doing right now will be applied to all those cells in a lighter shade of gray that you can see on the top side of the screen. Those are the selected cells. So whatever I draw there will automatically apply to all the cells that are within that selection. So it makes your work faster instead of having to draw it over and over again. And for this, I'm drawing it at a layer beneath all the colors I've done earlier, all the outlines. So that way it is not on any layer in which I have made the drawing. It's on a separate layer. So in case I make a mistake, it's not going to cross over to the layers in which I have done earlier. A little bit. And then you set your pen to draw behind so that you don't draw over the lines you just created. So this is going to draw behind the pupils. I don't think I got the pattern right, but since it's such a little detail that most people would never notice, and probably you have to zoom in a lot just to get it, I wouldn't be so particular about its accuracy. So now that I'm done filling the pupils, I want to fill the white part of the eye. Usually I don't advise you just going over and filling it with white. Give it a little bit of blue tint, so it's not just white but slightly blue. So now all the flats of the Sasuke character is ready. The only thing left now is the Chidori, and that's quite easy to paint. So the thing about lightning is that sometimes when you want to animate it, you want to make it have sharp angles. So having those sharp angles just makes it kind of cooler. Sometimes around those sharp angles you want to extend the thickness of the lightning. So you fill your lines. Another thing that I realized makes lightning look cool is adding these random thin lines around the areas of your lightning, just to give it more chaos, more chaotic energy. And even have some random lightning on the surface of the skin. So another random thing I had when I'm drawing lightnings is just the circles. I just sometimes add these random circles and make it move towards the direction in which the lightning is emanating from. But I don't use it a lot. I just drop it within some frames, just tiny within those frames that you don't really get to catch it unless you pause the animation. So after doing the base color for the lightning, the next thing we want to do is add the glow effect. Now, for those of you that are familiar with paperclip, you know this is a very easy solution. You just go on your layer, then you click the side options and you add the glow effect. But on Rough Animator, you don't have this feature. So this is an advantage that paperclip has over Rough Animator. But doesn't mean that you can still not achieve a glow effect. It's just that you have to do it in a much more tedious way than paperclip. The first thing is that you want to select the color of your glow. So let's go with blue. Then you want to come to these two boxes. The first thing is expand fill and blur fill, and then you want to fill behind. So you sample this layer only, and then you click your blue icon. Now you see it already has the glow effect, so you have to do this manually for all your white outline of your chidori. So this is an advantage that paperclip has over it, but in this animation app, the advantage this has over paperclip is that you can use multiple glows for one area of animation. You can decide to have a red here, you can decide to make it yellow, but you know in paperclip you can only have one color per layer. So but we don't need that, so I'm just going to use the blue. So add the blue individually. So this concludes today's tutorial video on Uchiha Sasuke igniting his Chidori. Next time we'll be looking at how to add highlight, then maybe change the color a little bit to suit the theme of the Chidori, and see how that light affects the base color. And what else do we add? Probably some effect eye glows to make his eye a little bit shiny, and then we do the background and probably the final edit. Now, for those of you who have made it this far to this point of the tutorial video, I have a special surprise for you. I'm currently working on reanimating the fight scene between Sasuke and Kakashi, and this is where I'm at right now, so enjoy.
俺が相手になってやるよ、さすが。はいどい。
Alright, so that's what we have for today. Thank you for watching up to this moment. I really appreciate it. And I also want to thank God for making this video possible. And I hope to see you on another tutorial video. Have a blessed day. Peace.